So move on to the next question. Tahini Ledlow, they ask, why won't they make a 3D version of the Minish Cap? It's an underrated game with so much potential. Imagine shrinking down and entering the world of the Picori, especially with the way they do the graphics nowadays. It would be amazing.
Oh yeah, the Minish Cap is awesome.
Oh, the Minish Cap's already, yeah, it's totally amazing.
The Minish Cap is a fantastic
the only thing
game.
I can say about... Yes. It is. And the only thing I could say about why they won't do it is why they haven't done it so far for any of the 2D games. Is you are remaking the game from the ground up to pull it off in 3D. Because all of the 2D games were designed with... Yeah, like, then it's not... I mean...
It's not... It's
the
barely
2D
even
games
2D.
were designed...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like the 2D games were designed in this top-down style. All of the puzzles, everything was built around it. So if you put it into a 3D realm, you have to do some massive reorganizing, changing of puzzles. Yeah, you can keep the same story and everything, but it's just... It would take a lot of work. It would be more work than making Ocarina of Time HD. Because we already know in Ocarina of Time how everything works in 3D. We do not know how the Minish Cap would work in 3D until they do it. So that's why they won't do it. On the positive side, there is always the potential of future DLC or like a Hyrule Warriors 2 coming along that features characters and worlds from the 2D games, such as the Minish Cap. So if you just want to see like the world of the Minish Cap or characters from the Minish Cap in 3D, you might get that someday. And I know Link's Awakening is going to get that treatment. Like Marin's going to be in 3D. But yeah, I think it'd be awesome. It would be amazing.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
And they would never do it.
It would be a good tech demo, but not a lot more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, like it would be cool if maybe you get lucky and for like NX, because they seem to like doing Zelda tech demos to show off hardware. Like say they have a tech demo for NX and it's just Link entering a tree stump and shrinking to the size of a Picori and then fighting the what is it, the choo-choo.
Yeah, the big
dungeon.
choo-choo.
Mm.
Like it would be a really cool looking tech demo, but like that's all it would be, because it's just too much work. That again comes down to, would you rather them put all of this work into doing that or making a new game? And I hope your answer is making a new game.
It's an easy decision.
I mean, that's what I hope your answer is. Now, if you hate all the new games, then I could see why you'd rather them just work on the classics. And there's the whole thing like Capcom made it, and how many members of the Capcom team would you need to bring back?
Oh god, I forgot about that. Good luck with that.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo owns all the rights to it. Like, Nintendo doesn't have to worry about any of the rights, and they hired most of the best people from the Capcom team now work at Nintendo. They don't. I mean, I don't even know if any of them work at Capcom anymore. But, yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. Have anything else to add, Darren?
No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Cool idea. We totally think it would be awesome, but just hope for that tech demo if you want to see your dream.
Yeah, you can hope, and I will hope, because I mean the Minish Cap is awesome, and a 3D remake would be awesome.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, but it's not happening.
Especially like if they want to do this weird thing where like the NX is 2 platforms, so you have a home console and a handheld, and like they want to show that like, oh, you shrink, and as soon as you shrink, they bring it down onto the handheld. Like that would be like a really cool transition.
Yeah.
I'm just now I'm thinking this needs to happen. This needs to be a thing. All right,
Don't get suckered in. They'll
Minish
never make
Cap
Zelda
3D.
Wii U.
The Operation Minish Cap. Here we go.
Get a Kickstarter going.
Yeah, Kickstarter.
Change.org
just so I can bring
petition.
even more attention to this. I'm gonna make sure I put it under the. I'm gonna put it under the Zelda Informer brand. I'm gonna make a Kickstarter under the Zelda Informer brand just so Nintendo, in order to shut down the Kickstarter, they'd have to threaten to shut down our whole site.
Damn.
Be like, yeah, you want to shut down our whole site that makes you lots of money? You want to do that, or are you gonna let us do it? All right. So thanks for your question, Tahini. I'm sorry that none of us think it's going to happen, but I think you'd agree with our reasoning on why it's just not a reality.
We're just
at
too
this
realistic.
Point, yeah.
The halfway.
Next question is from Mickey Weister. I'm sorry. One of those pronunciations is right, I'm sure. I want to know if it's true. Are they coming out with The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on the Nintendo 3DS? I believe it's already released.
It's already
and
released.
It's a new 3DS exclusive.
It's new 3DS exclusive. Yep, and the first week, it was the second highest selling game on the eShop. For the first week, it was there.
Yeah, and isn't it? It's new. It's new 3DS exclusive. Right?
And then this week, it took the top spot, which is pretty impressive considering it's a new 3DS exclusive.
If you want to know, Mickey, why you probably haven't seen it, it's probably because you only own an original 3DS.
Yeah.
And it's not available on that platform. It's new Nintendo 3DS only. They announced a while ago that SNES games would come out on the new Nintendo 3DS, and A Link to the Past was one of them. Now, if you're talking about like a remake, well,
A Link Between Worlds.
I think that's not going to happen just because they did A Link Between Worlds. So if you want to know what the world looks like and new graphics, they've already done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it already exists. It's already out there. If you want it, you got to upgrade your 3DS. Sorry. It's not really a good time to be buying new hardware, I admit.
Nope.
As a Nintendo fan right now.
Maybe the worst.
Not even a 3DS. Not even a 3DS. I mean, maybe a 2DS if you want to play the new Pokemon games and you don't own one. When those come out, Sun and Moon later this year, like, okay, cool. Like, 2DS is like $100. But, yeah, I don't know if I'd buy a new 3DS right now just to play A Link to the Past, to be honest. But hey, maybe you think it's worth it.
I would buy it to play Link Between Worlds. That's worth it.
Link Between Worlds is awesome. So Tyler Jones asked, why do you think none of the Nintendo consoles play DVDs or Blu-ray nowadays? Okay, well, first off, a correction for you. They've never. The only time it did was there was a partnership in Japan for the GameCube that released a version that played DVDs. And it was a very limited run of like 100 of them. If you type it in online, like GameCube DVD player, like you could still find images of it out there. I haven't seen any of them go for sale on eBay.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
They're massive collectible items. But yeah, I'll go first at this because
that looks awesome.
I feel like this is pretty.
You should throw a picture of that up on the
screen. But it never
released
it outside of Japan. Yeah, never released. Yeah, I'll put a picture of it in the video here when we're talking about it. It's really cool, but the reason Nintendo hasn't done this overall on the whole is really twofold, or maybe threefold. One, they have to pay a royalty fee per console that plays it. Okay, so if they want Blu-ray, they do not own the Blu-ray tech. They have to. It's some big committee that Sony's part of that they have to pay a royalty fee in order to have the ability to play Blu-rays. So they don't want to pay the fee because it costs them money. On top of that, they don't want to pass that fee onto consumers, as that would increase the price of the console. So really, really money reasons there for 1 and 2. And number 3 is just Nintendo's whole logic of they want to be a video game console, not a multimedia center. Which, I don't know. I've always felt that was a weak excuse because then they also heavily support Netflix and Hulu. But
the future's digital anyways.
Cost. Yeah, it's just cost. They don't want to do it because of cost. If the Wii U itself they don't even use Blu-ray discs. It's their own proprietary disc. That's basically a Blu-ray disc without being a Blu-ray disc. If you actually compare like a Blu-ray disc from like the PlayStation 4 to the Wii U disc, you'll see that there's a huge difference. Actually, the weird thing is the Wii U discs are a lot higher quality. I don't know how they did it, what proprietary technology they're using for them, but it's not Blu-ray. So that's all. That's what I know, anyways. Why do I think they haven't done it? Yeah, basically the thing we have to remember is that like DVD, CD, and Blu-ray playing on video games consoles was popularized by Sony, and Sony is a company that isn't just about video games. Nintendo at back in those days was a company just about video games. So I mean, I guess the logic is that Nintendo only cares about video games, whereas Sony obviously cares about TVs, movies, and all that stuff. So it makes a lot more sense for Sony to have a system that does all of that stuff. And it makes more sense for Nintendo to have a system that doesn't, because Nintendo doesn't really release music and movies. Now, they are making movies and they are going to get DVD releases, who knows? Maybe Nintendo changes their mind with the NX. But yeah, that's why I don't think they do it, because they're not a company that deals with movies and music stuff.
That's
you guys getting mad? I mean, I figured this is pretty cut and dry.
It's quite hard to argue that they should. I kind of like the idea of, if Nintendo are going to go toe-to-toe with Sony and Microsoft, you might need the added incentive of, hey, this can also play DVDs, but, you could just, it's not worth it. Honestly, it's not really. They're there to play games. I mean, you should buy it to play games.
Like I said, if they're going to...
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, if they're going to do it, they'll do it with NX only because they're making movies. It's a cost-saving measure, and because Nintendo has never cared about that industry. They don't sell TVs. They don't sell all those things that you would need a multimedia box for. They want you to play games. That's what they make, are game systems. Yeah. Whether or not, I mean, back in the 90s and early 2000s, I'd say it was a bad choice not to do it. But today's realm, the only thing that really matters for DVDs and Blu-rays these days are Redbox. And things like that, where you can, like, for $1 rent a movie, which is still cheaper than renting from Vudu and all these other digital services. But as soon as those digital services catch on that, hey, if we just charge $1, no one's ever going to go rent a movie at those boxes, then it's not going to matter anymore anyways. So moving on, Antonio Mendina says, why is Nintendo hell-bent on breaking my heart over and over?
Oh, do we have to?
What a question.
You know why? They looked at you and they said, let's go look at Antonio Mendina's social media on Facebook. Let's see, what do they want? They want exclusive Zelda U, released in 2015. They want 8 more games for the Wii U. And they want the Wii U's life cycle to last through 2017, into 2018. And on top of that, they want Nintendo to stay a viable business while all this is going on.
It's all personal. It's all personal attack.
It's
on,
all personal.
It's all
Nintendo read that and they're like, no, we're going to double torture. We're not only going to delay it from 2015 to 2016. Oh, that's bad enough. Just when you get your hopes up, it's coming this year. Nah, just kidding. It's 2017. Sorry, Antonio. Like, that's really going to mess with this guy. And, man, you love that Wii U? It's gone in March. Have a good day. Heck, it's pretty much gone now. We're not even making games for it anymore. We only still make it on the off chance that people that buy Zelda U might buy the Wii U version. Forget you, Antonio. Forget you. We don't care about you. Yeah, it's a very interesting question. We understand that gaming can be very passionate because we are passionate about video games ourselves. So I'm sorry that their decisions make you unhappy and break your heart. I guarantee it has nothing to do personal. It's all business. And the reality of the business world is sometimes decisions are made that suck for you.
You're never going to please everybody. Just try and please somebody.
Yeah.
In short.
I mean, right now I don't know if they're pleasing anybody at all, but we won't.
Yeah, we just don't.
We don't know. As I said, we don't know.
The inquiries, we don't know.
That is just the whole.
Next
of this.
thing we know, they're coming out with a $100 Apple TV, and they're not even making games anymore. They're just doing Netflix streaming on a budget.
What a future!
No. I mean, there isn't like $20 devices you can buy on Amazon.
The Wii is basically the Netflix machine.
So. Yeah, right. Tim Cronmiller on Facebook. Yes, do you think there's a chance of a new Zelda for the 3DS announced at E3? And here's the caveat: starring Link.
Please no.
Maybe a side spin.
I was gonna say this is what makes it different from different from a prior game is they do not say spin-off. They say a new Zelda game.
Yeah, please no.
Honestly, no.
Starring Link.
I can't see it.
This year, no.
Oh, please no.
In the future, I'll say maybe only because no. This isn't me. This isn't my opinion. This isn't my opinion. This is because Eiji Anomu himself said he might make Link canon. And you can't do that if she doesn't appear in a game.
Why?
So it could happen. I'm not saying I want it to happen.
Winkle is the
I'm just telling you
cringiest
what the facts
character
are.
ever.
And AJ Nomu himself hinted.
Just no.
What? You don't want her as a gender option in Zelda U?
That'd be interesting.
Oh, well, your best buddy.
Yeah, well, I know he really wants
Josh,
that, but
really
I
wanted
don't.
He never stopped
sorry,
talking
really
about
freaking clever.
Yeah, sorry, Josh.
Totally just called you out there. But yeah, that's all. I'm not trying to be mean to you, Josh, but I swear every time I look at your Twitter, it's just gender option.
And we love you,
link,
and I love
link,
you.
Link.
Like, I would touch your face, but
we love you. I totally disagree. I just disagree with almost everything.
I agree with a lot of the stuff he says.
That's okay.
Everything you say is
he
wrong.
strongly Do you not remember that the last time he was on Zelda Inquiries? Like, I think I spent like an hour trying to like go against him, and it just went nowhere.
Did it get violent?
But it's okay. The thing was, we were very respectful about it. I respect everyone's opinions. It's okay. You guys can think what you want, just like I can think what I want. Just please don't send me death threats, because the weird thing is, over all this gender stuff, I did get one death threat emailed to me. And it's so weird because, like, I'm the one person in all this gender stuff that hasn't really taken a stance in one way or the other. And the person who threatened me,
I got a death threat in the
actually
comments.
agreed with their stance. So I didn't understand why they were threatening me. Like, I can see if they went in for Darren. But, like, me? Is it just because I'm the editor-in-chief? I don't... What did I do? Like, I agree with you, man. If you're listening to this, like, I agree with your opinion. Like, what are you coming at me for, bro?
Oh no!
Topic.
You're more than welcome to come over to. You're more than welcome to come over to my house. We'll play.
Oh
sit
no!
down
While
and
we're
play
on the
some Zelda
subject,
games, and you can hold a gun to my head.
Rabbit Luigi, what do you got?
Ask me what my opinion is.
Your buddy up to them. While we're on the topic of death threats, I've spent the best part of 5 years making. No, this is going somewhere. The best part of 5 years on YouTube making videos about, contentious opinions about video games. I've never had a death threat. I almost feel like I'm missing out.
You're not missing out.
What am I doing wrong? It's kind of.
It is my third death threat I've gotten in the last 6 years. And it is. Okay,